everyone, Gayatri Prem Kumar here, and today we are going to discuss about the life process standard 10 biology. And since your exams are nearing, you have a lot of doubts running in your mind how I'm going to prepare for the examination. Maybe you have doubts here and there about the topic. Some terms you might not be familiar with. Don't worry, I'm over here to guide you each and every step of each of the chapter present in the biology. And not only that, we will be discussing all the keywords and the concept behind that, and also the activity that is given in the tabular column. And before getting into the video, just have a look at all the part of the life process. Not only life processes, all the chapters what you have in the biology will be given in the stepwise procedure. And in case if you have any other queries, you can leave it in the comment section. I'll be giving you answer for that. So coming back to the topic, coming back to the concept, so we'll be discussing about the life process, that is the chapter present in class 10 biology. And what is this topic we are going to discuss? We will have a basic introduction about the topic. So this topic talks about all the process that is involved. Like for example, you have some divisions present in that includes the nutrition, respiration, transportation and excretion, and that includes both for plants as well as animals. So we'll be discussing about each of the life process separately for plants as well as for animals, and along with that we'll be also discussing the diagrammatic section and also the activity that is given. We'll get to the video and discuss about it. So coming back to life process. So before getting into the chapter life process, we should have a basic idea or introduction about how do you say whether an organism is alive or not. Okay, when there is any movement of the organism, I used to say that the organism is alive. Okay, when the cat is running or the dog is running, we say that the organism is alive because it shows some kind of movement, so the organism is alive. That is the answer will be given. Okay, now the next question is, if the cat is sleeping, there is no movement, and since there is no movement, can we say alive or the cat is not alive? Can we give such statement just because there is no movement? No, we cannot give such statement. The reason is, though there is no movement, some kind of process do happen inside the body, even if there is no physical movement for the animals or any other organism. Now again, coming back to the plants. Now again, you all know that plants cannot move from one place to the other place. There is no locomotion. But how do you say that the plant is alive? Plant shows some kind of movement. But can you give some generalized statement just because we're seeing it is green, it is alive? Then we do have many plants which is not green in color because of the presence of pigments apart from chlorophyll. So there are some kind of movement that is taking place inside the body of an organism, and those movement, those processes that is happening inside the body of an organism, we just put it a word as the life processes. So what are the life processes? The life processes are like different things. Whatever the process they do within the body, it required energy for doing all these activities. What are the activities? So in this chapter we do have 4 different processes, like especially nutrition, respiration, transportation and excretion are the 4 different processes that we are going to see in this chapter for both plants as well as animals. And what we are going to see is that for these different processes, what does it require? It requires energy. If we take a vehicle, it could be a bike or car or whichever vehicle is that. How do you make the vehicle to move? It requires some kind of energy for the movement. So how do you provide the energy? The energy is provided to the vehicle from the outside source. You buy petrol or diesel or fill in the tank, and because of that energy, the fuel that makes the movement of the vehicle. Same way, what happens to the living organism? It also requires energy. But where is that energy available? The energy source is available outside. What is that energy source? You call it as the energy source. What is present outside the living organism? You call it as the food. So this is the food source which provides energy for the living organism to do all the different processes or activities. Even if you are walking, you are sleeping, you are eating, you are running, you are studying, whatever activities you do, that is because of the energy what you get it from the food source that is available from outside. Now, the food source is available from outside. Now, what should happen? This food source should get into the body of a living organism. There are different ways how the living organism get the food source from outside the body to inside the body to drive all the different processes. And not only that, For all these processes which is taking place inside the body, the maintenance work has to be done. You have a new vehicle. Will the new vehicle remain the new when you keep using it for long days? No, definitely not. You have to keep maintaining, do the maintenance work and repair so that it works efficiently. Same way, our body also has different processes that is taking place inside. Not only our body, almost all the living organisms have different kind of processes that is running in their own body, and these different processes which is running in their own body has to be maintained. When I talk about the maintenance, the process has to run through, and the end product that is produced at the end of the process has to be removed, which is not useful to the body, which is harmful to the body, has to be removed or expelled. So whatever taking place inside of our body, we are not aware of it, but still all these processes do keep running inside of our body, and these maintenance work has to be done. And for all these things, the energy is required, and the energy that drives all the different processes that is taking place in our body. So keeping this in our mind, we are going to get into the chapter, and in this chapter we are going to discuss about the first process that is called as the nutrition, and following that we will be discussing about all the other subtopics, and we will be discussing for both plants as well as for the animals. Now first we will discuss about the nutrition topic, and for this nutrition topic we'll first discuss about plants and then we'll get into the animals. So keeping this as the basic outline, now first, what is the nutrition? What is the definition for nutrition? So the process by which the food source gets inside the body and it is converted into the energy process, the nutrition, the food source that is converted, and that is called as the nutrition. And how do organisms obtain the nutrition? How do they get this nutrition? The two, basically we divide the mode of nutrition into two different categories. That is autotrophic mode of nutrition. The other one is the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So this is the broad category how we classify the mode of nutrition, that is autotrophic and heterotrophic. Autotrophic for the organism which can prepare their own food. Auto itself means what? Self. It can prepare the food self. And which organism you categorize as autotrophic organism? Especially the green plants, or it could be any other plants, color, and based on the pigment what they produce, we again put them. So generally plants come under the autotrophic mode of nutrition. And why do we call as green plants? Because the green is because of the pigment called as chlorophyll, and this pigment is present in the organelle that is called as chloroplast, and that is responsible for capturing the light energy or the solar energy and converting into the chemical energy, which only the green plants alone can do it. Only the plants alone can do it, not any other organism. The next category which can do this kind of conversion is the bacteria, especially the photosynthetic bacteria. As the name suggests, photo means what? Light. It uses light energy and convert this kind of conversion to produce its own energy. So these are the example of autotrophic organisms. So keeping this in mind, how do they prepare their food? They use the inorganic source, especially what kind of inorganic source? That is the carbon dioxide and water. Using this they convert and produce the food what they require. So this is a basic introduction about autotroph, and we'll also have a basic introduction about heterotroph, and then we'll discuss in detail. Then coming to the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So when I'm talking about the heterotrophic mode of nutrition, these are the group of organisms which depend directly or indirectly on the autotrophic organisms for their food source, because they cannot prepare their food, so they depend directly or indirectly on the autotrophic mode of nutrition, and that includes all the other organisms, like it could be the animals or any other kind of fungi. All these things we'll be discussing in detail about the heterotrophic mode of nutrition, but this is a basic outline depending directly or indirectly on the autotrophic organisms or autotrophs generally. So now we will discuss about autotrophic mode of nutrition, how plants get their nutrition, how the plants obtain their nutrition.